father.
The year was 1910. New Orleans. You could say I managed and operated a diversified portfolio of enterprises. I was being hunted, and I was completely unaware it was happening.
I've been watching you for some time now, Louis. I can swap this life of shame. Swap it out for a dark gift. You just have to ask me for it.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I lay down with the devil, and I can't think nothing anymore. Lord, help me, I am weak, I want to die.
What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all falling asleep, where do you go? Say it, spit it out. What is it exactly? The pain is the amount, cleaning you out, my satisfaction. Today I'm thinking about things that are deadly. The way I'm making you down, like I wanna jump, I wanna step on the glass, step on your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Killing the class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all falling asleep, where do you go? Listen, keep you in the dark, without you expected me to make you my art and make you a star and get you connected. I'll meet you in the park, I'll be calm and collected, but we knew right from the start that you fall apart, cause I'm so expensive. Your talk would be something that shouldn't be said. Honestly, I thought that I would be dead. Calling security, keeping my head up. Baby, that's you to bury from. I gotta sell my soul, cause I can't say no, no, I can't say no. And my limbs are frozen, my eyes won't close, and I can't say no, I can't say no. Step in the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Have a class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, what do you want from me?
Hello, 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 hello. Shout out to the 100 people already in the building. Love to see it. Did y'all see the trailer? Did y'all see the trailer? Just when I thought we were going to just come here and discuss season 1, episode 2, they decided to drop a trailer, and all that did was make me mad, because why would you show me something if I couldn't have it? It's about to be uncut gems up in here. Why would you show me something if I couldn't have it? We don't know why, why we're getting it so early, but I'm like, maybe they're dropping that season 3 Lestat teaser because we are going to get season 3 earlier than we thought. Now, of course, I am not only streaming on my platform, but I am streaming on my wonderful guests backstage as well. So if you could comment, like, share, subscribe on all of them, that would be absolutely wonderful. Not going to waste any time because we got to break down this trailer and talk about it with the ladies. Coming to the stage, Ashley, with a very, very sweet perspective. What did you think about the trailer, girl?
They're playing in our face. Okay. The idea that they come out talking about, oh, we've been renewed for season 3. We're so shocked. We're so surprised. No, you weren't. No, you weren't, because there's some production going on behind the scenes. They are playing with us. They are putting us on the edge of our seats. And I love that for us. I am so looking forward to season 3. And they're doing it the right way. This Lestat is Lestat, no holds bar, and I'm ready for it.
They are. Also coming to the stage, watch with me, LB is in the house. We were all like simultaneously sending messages. Did you see the trailer? Did you see the trailer? I saw it. Did you see it? Because I need us to be on one accord. did you see the trailer?
Girl, as soon as I was looking for my nerd stuff. I was looking for San Diego Comic-Con stuff. Maybe I was on YouTube and I was fully immersed in my Marvel nerd bag, and they told me that the trailer dropped, baby, and I immediately went over there, and I wasn't prepared. I was pleasantly surprised. I giggled, I gasped, I did all the things because Lestat, I wasn't prepared for this because I don't know nothing about this Lestat. I don't know who this man is. Who is this man? Sorry to this man because I can't be.
Sorry to this man. Kate Bly in the back with the books because she is reading them. What did you think about the trailer, Kay? It's muted, Kay.
She got that book
all her life.
I'm gonna have to trade in my interview with the vampire and go get the vampire Lestat because I need more now. Okay, he was too fabulous sitting in that chair, just too carefree, too nonchalant. I lost my mind when he was sitting there choking Daniel. I said, "This is the Lestat that we need right here."
We most definitely going to talk about it. Last but not least, y'all, all of you Louis lovers in the back. C had a little emergency and she could not join us today, but she will be here next week. But in the meantime, we got a little surprise backstage. Your girl EJ, the TV junkie, is here to fill in and talk interview with the vampire with us. Give EJ a very warm welcome, and I want to know what EJ thought about this trailer. Hello, EJ.
Hey, y'all. Hey. What's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Good. Oh, girl, when you said something about it, I literally was just on the internet. No surprise there. And I had just saw it pop up, and I said, "What in the world is this?" I thought it was a joke because, like, why? It's too early. So then when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh my God, Lestat is." I love him even more.
Absolutely. Kay, I see your comments. I'm gonna look at all this purple. You know this is a purple theme. This is a purple theme live. I had to regroup everything just for this trailer dropping. But even though we have all seen it, some of us can see it and notice something completely different. We're not gonna leave y'all out of the experience. We are gonna take a moment to watch it together. I had to clip a little bit just for copyright reasons, but we got it. We're going to watch it now, and we're going to, answer a couple of questions. Then we're going to get into, season. We're going to go over there, but we got to talk about this first. We got to do this first. This is prioritized. Here we go, y'all.
Hours, man. Hey, look, if you want, I can have somebody knock on the window. I think he's... What? You think what? I think he's entertaining somebody right now.
Do we have insurance for homicide?
You know what? We had 3 deaths on the Banger Sisters. Don't worry about it.
That's him. Jesus Christ. Look at him.
Okay, look at that stomach out.
Mr. Lioncourt, hi, Mark Johnson.
Maybe
I'm the
in your
executive
chartreuse.
producer. We talked on the phone a couple of times. We're really excited about the
I don't remember you.
documentary. Okay.
Hey, man. Thanks for the tickets last night. Great show.
45 minutes and he's gone.
This is Christine Clare, Mr. Lioncourt's lawyer.
Hair and makeup now.
Do I look like I need you?
Period. Because I don't.
There's a goblet on the table.
You don't like the goblet? Can we get rid of the goblet, please? Thank you. We need to wire you for sound. I hope you don't mind.
He don't
the
like you,
camera we're going to be
Daniel.
using is called an Interrotron. I'll be sitting here, but you'll see my face in the camera. Like we're talking to each other, and you don't have to just stare at an empty camera lens.
Your sound man is dehydrated.
We'll okay, we'll get him some water.
It's gonna be Sam Reid for me every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
And action. Okay, we're going to start. Could you state your name for the camera?
Justin Bieber.
I see you have my book there. What do you think of... Sorry.
That's what I think of it. Period.
Give me a second here.
Daniel, you okay?
I am the vampire Lestat. I'm immortal. More or less. The light of the sun. The sustained heat of an intense fire. These things might destroy me, but then again, they might not. Why the long face, my pretty baby? I got long fangs. Come appraise me. Bring your long stakes. That doesn't faze me. I'm an actor in my makeup. I get fatter when we break up. What does it matter who I take her? Another face, another year, another place, another tear. Pick up the pace, rack up the fears. Now I'm having fun.
Baby.
Yeah.
The way I was looking for that song on somebody's Spotify or Apple Music, they are sleeping. Y'all could be getting a whole nother bag releasing that record. I've been jamming since the drop. The long face is a bop. But just to go over some of the things I felt about the trailer, and of course I'm going to come to you ladies, because the trailer gave me everything. It was just a snippet. It was so short, but you can see that Lestat is just above it all, and being the brat that we know him to be. He is going to be that rock star, but not just any rock star. Lestat has always been theatrical. He's, always been into music, but this trailer, it gave me all of the David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, the Tim Curry and Rocky Horror Picture Show that I would ever want to see. I really think we're going to go off into Lestat, not just being a rock star, but we're going to get into going over some of those lyrics from that song. But like, Here Comes the Gays, and it made me think of that episode, that the finale episode of season 1, when he's on the float and it's kind of giving that gender bender vibe. I think we're going to get all up into that rock star, and we're going to get, angry inch of it all. Freddie, Bowie, everything that I ever wanted in a rock star, just all placed on a Lestat. I think it's going to be amazing. Ashley.
Yeah. Listen, when we were corresponding in the chat, I was like, oh, I definitely got Rocky Horror Picture Show vibes immediately up on first watch. And then people were in the comments like Jim Morrison from The Doors, Bowie, Freddie Mercury, all of those people. But then it's like, if you look at each of these musicians, their level of genius was so beyond, right? There was really no one to compare with them in their own individual eras. I think that's what we're going to see from Lestat. We already know loneliness was his huge thing, any vampires, right? And so I'm wondering how we're going to play on this, especially when he's talking about how he's an actor, he's going through all of these things. We know Lestat is emotional. He likes his toys, he likes his people. Whatever he does, he feels deeply. I'm excited to see the extent of all of these performances. We better get at least one stage show, full on performance in one of these episodes in season 3. We better.
Just one? I want multiples. I want the full-on experience, because if we're equating Lestat to this, Lestat is going to be freaking massive, and his ego is already huge. I'm ready. Elle.
So when I saw the trailer, so I watched it like 97 times, because I didn't catch a ton of things that the public caught, because I was so busy looking into Sam Reid's eyes, baby. I missed all the stuff. Okay, so when I watched it again, I just was so impressed by his performances, right? Because we can see, like, we know Lestat got it in him, right? So we know that diva is gonna come out. We're not even surprised about it. But at the end, when we saw him going through all his emotions, like he was sad, he was happy, he was depressed, he was crying, he was, sleep. He was, doing all the things. And I if that's what he's doing in his interview, we're not gonna be able to process all of that because that's just so much. You know what I mean? Like we were on the seat of our the edge of our seats for Louis and telling his story, but baby, Lestat is gonna shake the table. And I can't wait. Like I wish they wouldn't have given it to us so early, like you said, because what we gonna do now? Like we can't do nothing. I tried to watch Mayfair Witches the other day, and they was making me mad because it's not the same. They need to stop.
I don't want that. I ain't finna play myself.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, don't even. If anybody out there, I'm sorry if you Mayfair Witches fans, but no, that show was not hitting on nothing at all. You can't even compare it to Interview with the Vampire. They need to get the writers from Interview with the Vampire over there because it's not hitting on nothing. When I seen this trailer, people have been saying that Sam Reid is actually Lestat and Sam Reid is just one of his aliases, and I'm starting to believe that. I am really starting to think he's just cosplaying as Sam Reid because this was full on Lestat. That attitude came, that the theatrics that I need from him, that is always over the top and hilarious. He do like to mess around with people. I want to know how long he's gonna hold a grudge against Daniel for writing that book. Is he gonna be like mad at him like the whole interview?
EJ.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I love the trailer. I thought it was, I don't know, like right now I'm like, my heart is pumping because I was like, I didn't get a chance to look at it as many times as Elle did, apparently. I only looked at it like maybe 3 times at the most, this being the 3rd time. So I missed a lot of different things. But the one thing that stood out to me in the little teaser or whatever you want to call it was all of the emotions. I love that part about it because that lets me know that we're about to go through a freaking roller coaster, and I'm here for it because I low-key love this Lestat. I know I wasn't supposed to like love him this much, but I mean, I love Lestat, so I'm here for every single bit of it.
Why are we not supposed to? I don't care what nobody say. This is my favorite, and he gonna be my favorite. Everybody else, you know where you can go. Speaking of my favorite, y'all, we have a poll going on in the chat. Please go through and vote for whatever you thought Louis was the finest. Do you have 70s Louis, modern day Dubai Louis, 1910s New Orleans Louis, or Paris picture taking Louis? Please remember to vote so when we get to the end of this, I can see what y'all thinking. Because y'all was being cute earlier with that vote. I said, what? what is really going on here? But yeah, I think the emotions were doing it for everybody. I think we're going to come to a place where Lestat literally has everything at his feet and he's still unhappy. That's where I think we're going. Vampire Daniel is behind the camera coughing up a storm. And will these songs awaken Akasha or rekindle Lestat? Because Longface is definitely about Louis. Now, I don't know. I haven't watched anybody's recaps or lyrical breakdowns. I've listened to the song several times. A lot of it feels like it's referencing Louis and their breakup. And I'm like, we still, getting into Louis. We only have the movie for reference and, of course, the book, but we know it's the music that awakens Akasha. I'm going to come to Elle. Do you think we are going to get to see Akasha in this season? Do you think that we might get an appearance from Louis? And if not, would you be unsatisfied at the fact that, I know we'd be happy to just, follow Lestat on his journey, but would you not feel okay with us not seeing Louis at all?
So I did check IMDb, and both of them are only in there for 1 season. So we know Lestat is going to be in every episode of season 3. So obviously it's not updated, but as of today, or as of the last time I checked, Jacob Anderson was in on deck for at least 1 episode. So I think it's going to be very similar to the way that Sam Reid was in this past season. He's not going to, Jacob Anderson won't be in every single episode, but his presence will probably be there. And we'll allude to him a lot and all that. And so just don't take my baby away. I need him at least at a little bit. Okay. I do think, I don't know if we'll see Akasha in season 3, but I know she's on her way, right? I know we're setting it up. I know that's a huge deal to like the people that follow this, in this universe. I think what is it called? The Immortal Universe, I think it's called. I don't know. The Anne Rice crew. Okay. I know she's a huge deal. So I know they want to do her right, and they, you know, the writers and the folks behind the scenes have been very thoughtful about everything so far. So I know they're not just gonna drop her in there randomly. So I think the music is all leading up to her. I haven't heard anything about casting or anything like that, but you know, my pick is the Wanda Wise. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I love her down, I love her bad, and she just is supernaturally beautiful. So I want to see her in a supernatural something.
I love how you keep like, now if y'all listening, go get the Wanda. EJ, what about you? Would you be disappointed if we, you know, got less Louis here? Do you think we will see Louis and Lestat trying to maybe rekindle an old flame? And do you think we'll see Akasha?
Girl, first and foremost, let's not rekindle this thing at all. Let's let this thing just stay where it's at. Like literally when they just did that thing where they kind of were understood, I was like, that's it. We don't need them to get back together. Just let it be. It's over. But I would probably be a little bit upset. Well, I ain't gonna say upset, but I would be sad if we didn't get to see Louis. I feel like I grew this connection with Louis, you know, like on this one hand, and I feel like I just need to see him a little bit. But after seeing this, like I'm just here for Lestat. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So give me like a smidget of Louis and I'll be okay. So just like how they did it in with Lestat kind of popping in, I could live with Louis like that, but I need at least a little bit of him.
I'm just happy that, because I know we were like, we can't wait until Daniel gets to meet Lestat, and clearly he's back there. Kay, what about you? What are you looking for?
Oh, in the series as a whole?
Well, with either Akasha or Louis, like how would you feel? Because we've grown so much with Louis, but I'm thinking that the series is going to be so immaculate that that's probably the last thing we're going to be thinking about. But how would you feel? You know, not how would you feel? Pretty much, how do you feel about, you know, less Louis, us really focusing on Lestat and the maybe of an Akasha?
I definitely think we're gonna see some Louis because that was a major part of his story. But I want to see Louis through the eyes of Lestat. I want to know the picture that he paints of Louis, like before the book and after the book, because it seemed like they made amends, and then when that book came out, he was probably like, "No, we ain't cool again." So I would love to see that interaction between, okay, we cool, and you really said that about me. And my pick for Akasha. Right now, I'm thinking, I can't think of her real name, but she was in the Sabrina series, and she was in like the last season of You. Whatever her name is.
Sabrina with the blonde finger waves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can't think of her name either. But
I think she would be a good Akasha.
She's a little young to me. I don't know. I think we need some.
Was that the one that had the daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I loved her in Sabrina.
That could be dope.
Let me see. Let me go on to Ashley. Ashley, how do you feel about it? And, you know, speaking of that book, I was thinking about the book, but I was like, with Lestat and his music, we're going to get to these lyrics with the whole, you know, I got long bangs coming, like I got big cojones, come on at me with your steaks. I just feel like he and Louis are kind of opening and ending off at the same note of, you know, try me if you want to, with Louis kind of letting out vampire secrets in this book. And then in turn, we'll have Lestat letting out the same things kind of within his music. If we're following the same, I don't know. But like they can't be fighting. And EJ, I don't need them to get back together. I just need a rump in the sack. Go ahead, Ashley.
I don't need a romp. I don't need them to get back together. That closure was closure for me. But what I do need is Louis. Okay. I need the eye on the night Louis to be sprinkled sporadically because I need him to be working. I need Jacob Anderson to be working. Okay. And not Richie Rich or Richie Raleigh Rich. Okay. I need him on here doing something in some capacity. I honestly hope that we see him in the capacity as friend to Daniel. Hopefully Daniel is like, you were right about Lestat, and I need some advice, and maybe we'll get some interaction with their friendship, because as season 2 ended, we saw Louis and Daniel's burgeoning kind of father-son dynamic, brothers, whatever you want to call it. So I'm absolutely here for that. I agree with you. I do think Lestat's always been on the edge. He's always been rebellious. He's always been a rule breaker. I think he's going to be subject to the same smoke that Louis was as far as telling secrets. But he wants to set the record straight, and I'm absolutely here for that. As far as casting for Akasha, I need to know more about Akasha, but I'm going to agree with my good sis Elle because I have a thing for people whose eye color matches their skin tone. It's something, the hair, the eyes, the skin, when it's all... Ugh, it's something really, really sexy about it. I love her down bad ever since Underground. So I'd be here for her as Akasha as well.
Let's see. And lastly, because you know I can't leave out Armand. He's there.
You could.
Armand's around, you know. Would it be and y'all can just answer quickly yes or no, would it be jarring to follow a whole new set of characters and not get any of our old people? I'm going to say no.
I don't want to be childish and say no new friends. I really don't. But I don't want somebody to come in and piss me off and mess up the dynamic that we have built over some seasons. You know what I mean? It has to be the perfect person. I don't know how Armand would fit into it. I would love to see him get some just desserts. That would be great. I would love to see some some torture or something for him. That would be fun. But I don't know about any extra people. I would have to see how they do it. I have faith in the people, but to now I'm gonna say I don't need it right now.
Because Rockstar Lestat, I'm anticipating them getting a whole new set of characters that we're just meeting for the first time. Ashley.
Yeah, I think we are going to get a bevy of characters. From everything I've read, there's some sort of twins, some sort of twins we're going to meet. They say that we're going to see, I believe we might even see, his mama, Lestat's mama. I think we're going to see Nikki from the past. I think we're going to get some flashbacks and remembrances just like with Louis. So I'm excited to see these new characters. Again, I'm for people working in Hollywood and getting jobs, and especially unknown actors. I hope we get some new people on deck and we fall in love with them just like we did these original sets.
Wait a minute. Who got a twin though? They didn't tell you who had a twin?
There's just twins. There's a set of twins that do something. I don't know who they are.
Oh, girl, I thought you meant Lestat was a twin. I was about to say,
no. We jumping the shark.
She got excited. She said 2 of them. 2.
EJ, are you here for us meeting all new characters? And we might not, I think the tonal shift of the show is just going to go yank, and it's going to be something completely different. Are you here for that, or are you sticking to L and it's like no new friends?
You on mute? Yep, I'm on mute. My bad. Yeah, we need some new friends. We need some new blood up in here. I'm with it. We already lost Claudia, so I mean, we might as well get some new folks up in here. I'm sorry, I forgot. That's hard on people. My bad.
Okay.
I mean, yes, Lestat knows some interesting vampires. So I definitely want to see who all he knows, who all he has interacted with. And if Armand ain't in here, I'm flipping tables. So that's all I care about. Y'all better not play with me.
I knew she was never missing the opportunity to mention a friend. I'll put him here just for you, Kay. I'll put him here just for you. But just to briefly discuss the lyrics on my behalf, I didn't have all of them here, but most of them. That little why the long face, my pretty baby. I was like, he talking to Louis. Who else could he be talking to but Louis? It could have been Darling Nikki, but Darling Nikki far removed. It has to be Louis. And I got long fangs. Come appraise me. Bring your stakes. It don't faze me. Try me if you want to. It's given. What did Louis say? I'm in apartment 506. Roll up. The glass is tinted. Okay. I get fatter when we break up. What does it matter who I take up? It was giving me like I don't care who I lay up with. It's gonna always be about Louis. That's what I got. I probably just be shipping them hard, and he could be talking about somebody completely different, but it's gonna be Louis for me every time. All of another face, another year, and like he's just going through the motions of pretty much being a rock star to me. And I just don't think he's being fulfilled like maybe he thought he was when he went on the journey to do so, but he's having fun. He's having fun if he doesn't do anything else. And just probably like going towards the ending. Here comes the gays. I was here come the gays. The gays are coming. The gays are here. I was like, yes, like we've arrived. But that, along with Without a Trace, You Disappeared, once again, I think a lot of these lyrics here are about Louis. Now, the Belor Prostitute, Allegro, Dante, Ashley can have that. Ashley.
I do think that, Lestat, for all intents and purposes, is super tortured, right? For all of the bravado and the act that he puts on for the rest of the world, he be going through it. He missed Louis' long face. Do you hear me? With Louis' face was always tuned up, ready to cry. All season 1, all season 2, like, stop it. But he misses that. I feel like he feels like he's the instrument and people are playing him. You know what I mean? Because the piano's the instrument. Forte is how you play it, right? Like how you play the notes on it. So I really think he's talking about, I don't want to say he's been used, but I think in a way he does feel that way. Like, I've given him this gift. He ran off on me. I'm alone. He disappeared without a trace. Now I'm on the run, kind of drowning my emotions with the men, with the women, because we know Lestat is rockstar. Lestat is smashing them down. Do you hear me? He's probably and so, but I still think at the end of the day, he's empty. And I think this whole now we're having fun. Yeah, he's being sarcastic. He ain't having no fun, really, because at the end of the day, he's still lonely. He doesn't have his companion unless he meets one. This season.
Siri pause. We're having fun. And yay me. I'm gonna come to Kay, because when he said Beloro Prostitute, I was like, yeah, you left me for years and went over there living with that prostitute Armand to only, I associated that prostitute with Armand. Okay, what do you think about these lyrics?
See, why y'all got to throw him in it? How he get in it? But yeah, I did everything that Lestat do have a little shade in it. He be having them undertone shady comments, and he have an attitude with stuff that he don't like and stuff that don't go his way. So I know this song is full of shade. He's just like, I'm doing what I do, but I still see you and you see me. I want you to see me having fun, and I know you watching, kind of thing. Of course, it's a little hint of shade in there.
Sure, the Gremlins watching too. EJ.
All the time. In the back.
This is the first time I'm actually getting to see the lyrics, so this is actually pretty funny. But I was just looking up Allegro and Andante, and Allegro is like brisk tempo, and Andante is like moderate tempo. And I was like, really? That should be in reverse, but I'm gonna let that live. But I love this. Everything about it has shade in it, for real, because this is Lestat we're talking about, and everything about this to me screams I still want you. Like, he's going through a heartbreak. Like, he loves Louis. Like, that's the one. That's it. Like, there's nobody else but Louis. But he kind of said that I think in season 1, episode 2, when he talks about them being together for forever, and never being apart. I think he really meant that. And this just further solidifies it.
Absolutely do, because that pick up the pace, pick up the gear, another face, a souvenir. Like, I'm knocking them down, okay? But they will never equal up to Louis. But I'm having fun while in the meantime, which is, Lestat Cole. I'm just having sex. I'm having sex and biting necks. Put it on a shirt.
Exactly.
Oh, well, you guys, leaving this here and getting into what we came here for, we got to get into the episode. But first, of course, I have to show you guys some love. There are currently 208 people here in this live, and we love to see it. Y'all keep showing us some love. Keep hitting that like button, a good super chat or a good super thanks, a share. Tell a friend where you at right now so they can come join in. We're here for that. We'll be right back, y'all.
You let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I'll run down on them, boy. I have running me. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that shit. You really ain't never got fucking for a thing. He already made his mind up. Boy, you ain't. Now get your boots, hang your coat with this wet ass. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet ass. Hey, my two questions just to kiss me on this wet ass. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet ass. Look, I need a hard hit, I need a deep stroke, I need a Henny drink, I need a weed smoke, not a garden snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hope I lean. Oh, you got some money, then that's where I'm headed. Day one, looks like it's credit. You got a beard, well, I'm tryna wet it. I never taste it, I hit that ready. Now from the top, make it drop, that's a wet ass. I get a bucket and I'm mobbing, that's a wet ass. I'm talking drop, that's a wet ass. Macaroni in a pot, that's a wet ass. I'm talking drop,
can't wait for the new season. Lestat will definitely be the hoe in the house. I can't wait. Can't wait. Getting into season 1, episode 2, fat me up for the inevitable slaughter. I was like, yeah, they were. I'm still standing on business with at the end of season 2. They were taking Daniel out. I don't care. The plan was to take Daniel out. Come on, get up here. Let's dance. Come on in the kitchen. We got some prep for you. But that just the opening scene just reminded me of that. But Daniel's curiosity for the devoted, knowledgeable, perceived human Reid, it's an honor to serve. I'm just so over. I'm over how great of an actor that. Assad is just a really great actor, and not even just in the show, because we know Reid and Reid. He is just so good. Like he's just really unassuming, but just the disdain that he has for Daniel based off of something that happened in 73. I'm an old man. I'm not a threat. Knowing what we know now, I don't think it was just like, oh, I don't want you here. The whole book situation, I'm not in agreement. He's still looking at Daniel as a fascinating boy. Like, get over it. They make me sick. Ashley.
Yeah. I'd have an attitude too if somebody was feeding me pig knuckles and like deer ankles. I don't know what they were serving Daniel, but it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And as far as the little gremlin Armand, he's a bitter Betty. Why do we think anything? He's going to hold on to every inch. He's going to remember every moment. I remember when you kissed my man, when you took off that shirt real quick. You know what I mean? When you tried to give him that Boonchie cat. I remember it all, and I'm still big mad about it. He's petty. He is a petty patty. We know that. And yeah, Daniel, I'd be aggravated too. And I'm mad at Daniel for eating that foolishness, because what was it?
I was hoping he was spitting it out on the side, because what we're not going to do is feed me 7 courses of bull crap. Elle?
Yeah, I just thought the first scene was so funny because it's always about a power dynamic, right? In their interactions, in the interactions that Daniel has with Louis, and the interactions that Daniel has with Armand, and then especially with them both at, later on in the season, it's always about a, you know what I mean? And so for them to invite him over and then say, Louis gonna join you at course 7. Excuse me, bro. Y'all can start, and I'm gonna come in when it's time for me to come in. Don't have me sitting there eating all this foolishness. And then what they gave him obviously was not supposed to be appetizing or enjoyable or pleasant for him, right? And they're like getting blood out of a cooler and filtering it. It was just very, very petty. Like the whole thing was very like disrespectful almost, right? And so Daniel got attitude anyway. So for him to sit there, and then when Louis came out, for him to just kind of sit down and have this conversation, it was like bound to be a problem between the two of them, and Armand got to say what he got to say on the background. But I thought that situation was just so interesting because it just never stops with them two. Like it's been decades of drama between these two people.
I'm over it, Elle. Y'all asked me to come here. I didn't have to be here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hello, I have so much to say. This because I love the opening of this episode. I actually love the beginning and the end of this episode. Dan, y'all ever felt like, where somebody didn't like you, but you don't know why they don't like you? That's how Daniel felt with Armand. He's like, I feel like you don't like me, but I don't know why. Because he couldn't remember. Like, of course, Armand did not like you. And the funny thing is, like, I'm not gonna tell you why, but I'm gonna be passive aggressive and treat you that way anyway. And then now going back and rewatching this episode, y'all, this whole thing was one of Armand's plays. You see how Louis came out at the end as the star of the show. He said, we're going to do this as the beginning of the show. It's going to be act 1. Louis going to come out in the third act.
I'm so tired.
We'll set the stage, and we're going to set the table up for him real nice and have all these men in black coming out. This was a stage play.
Come from. They had a lot of workers at the house that day. They had like 12 people working that day.
That was a stage play.
They're gonna give Arun an Academy Award every time. I swear. I keep saying this comment, y'all, and I'm gonna be cute because it ain't no dollar attached to this, but I'm gonna read it anyway. I came late. Did you already discuss the sound guy's tattoo? people want to know about the Sound Guys tattoo, y'all. Anybody got anything to share on that? I didn't have anything to share on the Sound Guys tattoo, but clearly the people talking outside about,
They say it said that Armand was telling the truth, that he told the truth. Now, and I think Armand is the consummate liar. He probably got inside that man's mind and told him that I'm telling the truth. Like, or it's just one of those cult classic things. You know how people pick sides in narratives and stories, and maybe it's that. But yeah, he don't believe that. Don't nobody believe
I
Armand.
wasn't going to acknowledge it, but I seen it. This is the third time I seen it come up. I was like, all right, I ain't acknowledging nothing Arun said. EJ.
My bad, y'all. Okay, so I love the beginning of the episode. I thought it was funny. I was like, ain't no way in the world I'm eating none of this stuff. And I felt highly disrespected for Daniel because Louis brings his behind out on course. Like, wait a minute. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat all this food and then you going to come out at this time? No, like, I didn't ask to come here. You asked me to come here. Like, it was just doing a lot. And then Armand, now looking back at it, like rewatching it, Armand is trash. I just cannot stand. Armand irks me so badly. Even here, where he's supposed to be a little more poised, he's still throwing all the shade, like just little jabs. But of course, when you first watch it, you don't really see it until getting the full picture. But I did love this intro. It was a nice intro.
It was. Y'all want me to acknowledge? I don't care. Well, I don't care. Arun, the liar, the gremlin. I don't care.
He told Louis, don't come out until the 7th. Until I say action, you stay backstage.
It was a production.
I still want to see. I want at least one scene of Armand glamouring Louis in the back. You can't tell me Louis in Dubai is not a robot. No, it's giving, like, when Beyonce talks, like, I'm just so happy to be here. Like, we don't. It's something off about it. The body must die first. Fledgling hunger and ground rules. No warm blood. Go for the easy assuming prey and telepathic communication. Lestat was not a bad teacher. Now this episode, because we was all Lestat haters watching this first season. I couldn't find one moment where Lestat lied. I was waiting because for so much of season 1, between Louis and especially when we get Claudia, can't wait till we get Claudia. It's like he never tells us anything. He's keeping secrets. He's lying. Outside from Antoinette, I was trying to spot the lies. I was trying to spot, Lestat trying to be a little sneaky with the information. No, every single answer that Louis had, he was giving good advice. I don't see the problem here. Ashley?
My only issue with Lestat in this situation is you ain't tell that man he couldn't go in the sun.
Okay.
Like, you low down and dirty. Like, there should be
Bingo.
Vampire Class 101. Okay, you saw that man leave the house and you let him go, knowing he was going to sizzle up and have to baptize himself in milk. Like, come on, Lestat. And he was probably giggling about it on the inside. I ain't like that. As far as but told him how to hunt, told him how to kill, because that's just his favorite thing in the world to do. Listen, he taught him how to hunt, but he didn't teach him how to live as a vampire.
Oh, I can't never have nothing, Ashley. I thought it was so good. Like, the way, first of all, just the transformation of him into a vampire. I do love that we get it elongated here. We get to see Louis' whole body die, and the way that his vampire, we get to really linger in his transformation and that hunger. It was given whatever Twilight that is when Bella's turned and, she just so thirsty. I don't know which one it was, but it was very reminiscent of that. I just love the entirety of it, but Lestat did nothing wrong here. Elle.
Let's be real. Okay, let's be real. Okay, it's like Lestat, yes, did not tell that man that he couldn't go home. And when Louis tried to leave to go home, Lestat said, "Oh, I think you're gonna find that difficult." He could have said, "No, you can't go outside because you're gonna burn up." He said, "Oh, you're probably gonna find that difficult." Oh dear, like he didn't say anything. Because he's so petty. He was like, "You're gonna learn the hard way, baby. You don't just go outside and see. I only had to teach you. The sun is gonna teach you." But I thought it was so, Lestat is just not a good parent. He's just not. Some people just don't have that in them, and Lestat is just one of them because he taught Louis how to hunt his first night as a vampire by taking him to the club. You can't learn nothing in the club. And he was in the club trying to teach Louis about restraint and about listening to people and picking the people in the club. Lestat, you could have took him to the park. You could have took him to the back of the storage house. The club. He's a terrible teacher, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
We gonna get into the club and Louis and the milk on himself, but as far as just the son situation, I think Lestat had been here long enough to know, like, he's not gonna listen. He's gonna run out there anyway. Like, I'm gonna let you learn on your own. Go on, run out there. You'll be back. Like, it was just, if he would have said, you ain't going to see your family, you can't go, you're gonna burn up in the sun, Louis. I'm going. He was gonna go out there anyway. Maybe I'm making excuses. Okay.
Now Lestat is the one that is one for I'm not gonna reveal everything. Some things you're gonna have to learn on your own. Okay. I'm not here to go instruct you step by step. Sometimes you gotta learn it the hard way. And he is that person. Oh, and Tyra, that was Twilight was Breaking Dawn part 1, by the way. Just so you know, the episode when Bella was transforming. But yes, Lestat is not one to just baby people. He's like, I know I'm the keeper of all the things. And so because in Lestat's mind, remember, he said his maker didn't teach him anything.
He didn't.
Like he like, like here's the dark gift and deuces. And so he shows that same tough love. Like, if I figured it out, you can figure it out too. Some of it. I mean, you can go try. You gonna come back though, but go ahead.
I mean, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? We have the death of a salesman, and Louis is always hovering on his humanity. I need to go home. This is your home now, Louis. Like, Louis just, of course, isn't trying to accept that. Not only is this your home, I'm trying to teach you how to hunt. I even let you be on top in the coffin. What more do you want? EJ, like, come on. Don't leave me out here alone. It's cold.
Listen, I'm about 50-50 with this one. Listen, on one hand, I'm all for, Lestat. Kind of the only thing I say with Lestat is that he don't divulge everything, and I don't think that makes him a bad teacher. You know what I'm saying? I think that just means that he don't tell you everything, but there is this whole thing, like, sometimes you just got to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? You know what they tell you, a hard head make a soft behind, and there you go. You done stick your butt out. Like, you said you wanted to go, I let you go. So I honestly believe that he wouldn't have listened to him, that he would have tried to take his behind out there anyway. So what I'm gonna say anything for, I'm gonna let you go ahead and find out. Now now we good, right? You're gonna bring your behind back in here and you're gonna do right. So I'm all for it. I think that's parenting.
Child, that's all I'm saying. That's all I was saying what EJ was saying the whole time. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. I really don't feel like Louis would have listened. Now, I will say that I did love Louis. No, I didn't love it because you wouldn't want our boy to burn up. But him and his first rodeo with the sun, for him to know what that feels like, we have to know, like, how he felt mentally in 73 to go out there knowing, how I would feel. And standing out there, clearly even longer than he did this time, Louis really wanted to go out to know the impact of the sun on a vampire and step out there willingly in 73. But thank God for that milk that was on the New Orleans street.
And what happened to the man? And what happened to the man that saw it?
He died. He had to get.
He in that incinerator. They put him right in that incinerator.
Don't do no loose ends. You know that.
It was summertime. It was the sun
out. In the quiet dark, we were equals. I got in that coffin at my own free will. As if you had another option, Louis. Daniel is never here for Louis romanticizing this situation.
Lord.
Louis is still mentally in a place of acting like, even as a baby vampire, a fledgling, like, he still has some autonomy in this situation. And it's just like, I got in that coffin at my own. Like, where else were you gonna go? Where else were you gonna go? Or even when we get more into him kind of walking a couple of paces behind Louis as they enter the opera, like, it's giving, the power dynamics are off of Louis. Do you not see that? I like this scene because it's just the first sentiment in this episode to later episodes of Daniel calling out some of the questionable behavior that we get from Lestat with our dynamic. You two are not the same. So don't romanticize it to me as if this is, you know, some freaking fairy tale. It's never given that, Louis. Stop. EJ?
No, I absolutely agree. The thing is that Daniel always calls it exactly how he sees it. And I think that's what I love about the character Daniel so much, is that he doesn't allow Louis to live in this fantasy world that Louis continuously wants to live in. At the end of the day, like, okay, yeah, he let me get on. I'm like, really? Like, come on, Louis, like, do better, be better. Like, you have to see this. But it's almost like the light is never on for Louis. It's almost like you always have to like paint this picture, and Daniel is continuously having to draw it out and show him. And I'm like, dude, you've been alive for 11 years. What are we doing here? And he still sees it the same way all these years later. It's crazy to me, but I love Daniel.
Oh yeah, it's still 1973 for Louis. Kay?
Exactly. Daniel, you know, Daniel was still had some animosity from the first interview, so he was just like, I don't want to repeat. And Louis, the way the way you be saying stuff, it's gonna end the same way it did last time. Like can we tell the truth for once? Because he know, you know, Louis is good for lying. Like, Louis, for real this time, can you please tell the truth? But y'all know Louis was caught in a haze and in a daze in those moments. So everything had to be as nice. And then, you know, of course, Armand was sabotaging the whole thing anyway. He was tired of Lestat being he didn't want him being painted in a good light anyway. So a lot of that was some mind pushing as well. But Daniel still wasn't here for it. Like, how you romanticize in a toxic relationship and make it, because first you was cussing him out back in the 70s, and Lestat ain't this and Lestat ain't that. And now he's like, and you know, he was really gentle, and you know, we had this bond, and he gave me the gift. And Daniel was like, okay, well, which is it now? Because you still full of ish, Louis. Come on now, you wasting my time.
L.
So, you know, it just dawned on me, because I'm looking at Sam Reid in his top corner up here looking good with his little muscles and abs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I realized that entire thing was a setup, right? For Louis to go outside, for Louis to get burnt up. Oh, baby, let me carry you upstairs. Come on, let me. Oh, I should have told you. I'm so sorry. Let me take my clothes off and get butt ass naked and get in this coffin, and you can be on top. That was a setup. Because have you ever seen Lestat sleep naked? Never. That boy be in silk pajamas, right? And some slippers and stuff. So it was a setup. He wanted that whole thing. He wanted Louis to be the damsel in distress, and he was going to come to rescue him and save him. And it just shows how he looked good, though. Okay. Yeah. But he's just so manipulative. He's so, like, he just plots and plans all the time. And I didn't even realize until just now that that's probably what he did. But of course, you know, as it relates to Daniel, love Daniel forever. Daniel is I love him down. He can do no wrong, because he gonna call a thing, and he gonna risk his life to do it. Okay, he say, I'm on the last leg of my life anyway. I'm gonna say what it is. Okay, so, you know, I love the whole dynamic. You know, like I've been saying, the power shifts, the power struggles between all the men in this show and in this episode.
Child, Lestat and them abs say, come on off up in this boudoir. Ashley.
Yeah, my good sis Jay said in the comments, why did Louis think interracial intimacy earned him some kind of power, especially in the line of work that Louis was in? You sold brown, yellow, green, one-leg cootenanny all up and down the street, and you think that this is like a prize or made you equal to? And I won't say, well, we know race plays a major issue in this episode, of course, in the first season period, but also just the level of knowledge that Lestat had over Louis as it related to vampirism, as it related to life. Honestly, you have this 33-year-old man and this couple 100-year-old vampire. You know what I mean? And I stand Daniel all day long, because it was toxic as heck. Y'all were definitely not equals. And later in the episode, he even says it. He's like, oh, you my master now? Enough with this fledgling thing. You know, you ain't gonna keep calling me that. So, I mean, he gets it. And again, you struggle after watching season 2, coming back to season 1, because you're like, okay, how much of this was a mind-bending manipulation? How much of this was Louis just trying to paint a new narrative? And what was the truth? Is there any truth in it?
Yeah.
See, I let the fleshling come and go this season because
You know what?
when we get off, no, because when I first saw it, I was like, I'm not liking that dynamic. He's referencing the slaves. Like, what you're not going to do is, there's the racial element. It's always been there with their relationship, especially in this time. But when we got to Paris and I realized they call all of the new vamps fledglings, then it took some of the sting out. I was like, oh, this is just the term. It's not racial. Next slide. It took some sting out of it for me because I wasn't having that first season. I was like, who are you calling a fledgling? The apex predator. Louis, what are you trying to prove? Louis' full course meal and growth as a vampire. I haven't murked anyone since the 2000s. Okay. All of this here. First, we had, we were feeding Daniel bricks and calf muscles. A bunch of nothing on a plate with parsley. Then we come here and first we have, a few little vials of blood. We have, blood with a spoon, just eating it out of a bowl. And then we bite into this poor animal here. And then we like, why? When this is going on, we do have Louis stating that, I'm far removed from who I was when I was a fledgling. I am, comfortable and, I'm not, out there taking down people on the street anymore, but it's a far cry from me not really wanting to feed on anybody. And but I was just like, they were going out of their way to make Daniel uncomfortable. And I was like, why? What are you trying to prove? Then he does this and he states, because Daniel's down there, which is funny. He's like, well, who in the hell would, because I think this is around the time that they mentioned the Great Conversion and the vampires and what's going on and, being able to stand on his balcony and hear the voices of the vampires and thoughts from miles and miles away. Just like, well, who the hell would want to sign up to be a part of this? Louis bites into this animal and says exactly this book, because, the book was coming out. This book is supposed to be a warning. I was like, okay, be that as it may, why the display? It was too much. Okay.
And it's for yeah. Remember, this is part of the play, right? Think about who wrote this script. This has Armand written all over it because I don't think Louis would think to do this on his own because remember, he didn't always like to watch Lestat in his kills because isn't this the episode? Either it was this one or the next one where Lestat was like, you are a killer, Louis, which they said that in the movie as well because Louis was just like, oh, I don't want to do that, and oh, why you got to be like that, and why you got to do it like that, and Lestat was like, because we're vampires. Like this is just what we do. But now all of a sudden, you with the tricks and things like that. You with the theatrical part of it. Louis in his right mind wouldn't have done this because that's not who he is. Armand said, let's put on a show.
Now that I look at it, this does have Armand. It has grip written all over it. Like, yeah, this is a part of the plan, but Louis doesn't know. I'm trying to make this fascinating boy as uncomfortable as possible.
Thank you.
Another notch for me to hate the gremlin.
I was getting ready to say, now that you say it, this is very theatrical, like for no reason, like for literally no reason at all. You don't, and then, it was very weird because the poor little fox or the cat or whatever that is was alive still. And it was making it was making this terrible noise. And then the noise stopped when the thing died. And it was very weird because what's the point? You could have just, I don't know. It was just very weird. But now that you say it, yeah, Armand did that. Like I'm just pretty certain that's Armand that did that. So, but I also feel like this is when in the episode I felt like Louis think he better than everybody. Like I just really feel like he just thinks, you eat people, okay, I guess so. And it just is like, bro, get over yourself. Like, how you gonna be like if you a security guard, your job is to secure. You a vampire, bro. Like vampires and stuff. Like this should be real about it. Go and you could do it humanely. You don't have to embarrass the people. Okay, cool. But you gotta be who you are. And Louis has always struggled with being who he is and whoever he is, right? If he pimp Louis, he struggled with that. If he, his mama is trash over there at the house, he struggled with that. He just been struggling. And that's why I said I agree, Tyra. long face is about Louis, because in the lyrics talk about, you know, be who you are. Like this is what we're supposed to do. Like there's a line in it that kind of alludes to this, but you know, this scene was where I really got like annoyed with Louis, because how you gonna condescend to me and you got fox juice on your face, fox blood on your mouth? Like, don't talk down to me, talking to me crazy. You know what I mean? So I agree. This is all a scheme that Armand set up to come at Daniel with the bullshit. Yes.
You know, Louis has always had that superiority complex. Well, you know, yeah, I don't know about those, you know, fledgling, you know, vampires out there, but I'm not on there, you know, running around with this addictive bloodlust. Like I'm above that. Like,
right.
Shut up, Louis. EJ.
Yeah, this was interesting because at the same time he's saying like I don't do the hunt thing, and so we see him with the animal, right? And all the other courses, of course. But when the human comes in, I'm just like, Louis, you such a walking contradiction all the time. No, you didn't hunt, but you just made this whole big thing about almost like you were saying, like you still have this humanity about you, but you literally are a vampire. Y'all drink blood, y'all hunt humans, you know, but you just went through this whole thing about, oh, this, that, and the third. And then boom, the human comes in, you drink more blood. And I actually agree. I didn't think about it like that from the jump, that this was really all Armand's thing, because this was over the top. It was just a lot. And Louis just not a lot like that. I mean, he a lot, but not like this. So I don't know, but it was interesting to say the least. But oh, dude, when he almost fell out, well, he did fall out. I said, "Dang, bro," because he came in there strong.
Clean up on aisle 4 with Reid. Ashley.
Yeah, a couple things. There's no way you're looking me dead in my eye as you serve me possum toes and moose eyes, and you're draining everything in sight. Louis, stop it. I totally agree with Kay. I didn't think about it this way, but this is his production. Armand had a 20-page script for this night written.
It was in that iPad.
Listen, and fed it to Louis. And I was going to say it, but Sabrina Wilson said it in the comments. He gets this air of superiority straight from Grace, or from his mama. That's who he gets this from. That's who he gets this from. That didn't go away. He was raised like this. This is his upbringing. You are an exceptional Negro, as the man told him, and it pissed him off, right? So that's Louis' projection in every situation. But the eye contact is what really threw me. I hate everything about all of these pictures, looking him dead in his eyes with the dripping. You don't have a napkin, Louis? As superior and bourgeoisie as you are, like, you don't have a napkin. You can't. It was a power play, definitely, and to probably instill some sort of fear into Daniel.
Yeah, I want you to see it. I need you to know that I could rip your throat out at any given moment, but I won't, because I'm superior and I have restraint. You know, I'm evolved. Shut up, Louis.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Val, for the $4.99 super chat. Hi, ladies. Louis probably wanted to remind Daniel of who he is. He's eating a fox, predator, while feeding Daniel a rabbit, prey. Armand, innocent. Oh, please.
Oh, now, okay. I was with you to the last part.
You see the profile pic? Like that gremlin up
Y'all
there.
know his plays be better than Tyler Perry's. Y'all was entertained this whole time and ain't even know it.
Oh Lord, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Val, aka Armand Jr., for the super chat. Let me show you some love, because you had me up until we got to that point. Let me find some Armand. Here you go. We'll be right back.
I'm so cold, you got me out here. I've been taking on all this baggage, adding on so much weight. Had me thinking that I was average, when you really don't play. Like it was nothing, yeah. How you gonna grow it over? How you gonna think it's so damn hard to explain? How
Shout out to Arun. You will never have anybody. Let's move on. May you never find love, you liar. Oh, you had me. I was on your side. I was like, yeah, that sounds real. Then you my innocent. No. Now, I got a little trivia here because I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be fun to throw a couple questions in here to see who's really paying attention to these episodes. What was the name of Louis' club? Louis' Boom Boom Room, B, the Fair Play Lounge, C, the Fair Play Saloon, or D, the Playfair Club?
B. Oh, I didn't know if it was a free for all or not. My bad.
First of all, where's my buzzer? Wrong. Elle, which one do you think it is?
I think it's C. I don't know if lounges were what they did back in the day. I know it's the Fair Play, and I'm gonna assume saloon because of the time. So I'm gonna say C.
That is correct. Thank you. There will be no awards or prizes giving for these games. It's just games in name only. But good job, Elle. Elle was paying attention. Clearly, you see, when we're eager, you study long, you study wrong. You use eager.
Loud and wrong. Loud and wrong.
B. Absolutely wrong.
And with all the conviction, with my whole chest, I said it too.
But yes, we get into Louis in the Fair Play Saloon, the Fair Play Saloon of it all. Because this is why I be over here simping for Lestat, because baby, the way we were coming through. Now, first, Louis tried of being he's really tired of being the exceptional Negro. You know, when old guy with the business deal rolled up and, you know, you got busty, you got brains, and you really got something going on. Yeah, you about to be my first unlethal kill here because I'm tired of y'all treating me like this. No more subject verb agreement for me. Never again in my life. But Mama is sick of Louis. Lestat catering constantly to Louise, a pregnant Grace. Now, I'll be really trying for Louis, but when we get into the Fair Play Saloon and we have these scenes come kind of back to back here, not only Louis, of course, being belittled and once again only being offered 15% for this his brilliance, and him being treated like they've been treating him this entire time. But when we leave this scene, of course, we roll up on Mama and the family and Grace. We have the Fair Play Saloon. And well, oh, I had to put this here. Tears for sons and daughters I'll never have, as if Louis isn't a gay man in 1917. Child, I was already done with my slides, but this popped into my head with Louis. Like, Louis just be finding stuff. Like, oh, I almost ate my nephew. You know what? Matter of fact, I'll never have any children on my own, will I? What about all the sons and daughters? Like, Louis, what are you talking about? When were you going to have them anyway? You don't even like Cootie Cat, Louis. It is 1917 and you are a gay man. Like, okay, whatever. Drop your little bloody tear. But that has sent me. I was like, Louis, wipe your face. Wipe your face. But leaving this here and getting more into that Fair Play Saloon and also with Grace, I'm giving Lestat some grace because it is just like, first Louis tells him, okay, I want to keep this humanity and keep my family close, right? And Lestat tells him outright, this is only gonna get worse the longer it goes. You will alienate your family and eventually scare them. And that's what happened. I was like, you did exactly what Lestat's like, you know, if you love them as much as you say you do, you will, you know, just gracefully back away from your family. It's the right thing to do. Louis doesn't listen. And then later with the Fair Play Saloon, he tells him, this is always going to end badly. You shouldn't be doing, business with non-vampiric people, let alone someone, you know, who's going to treat you a certain type of way because of the color of your skin. This just isn't going to go well. But baby, if this is what you want and this is going to make you happy because he's constantly catering to Louis in this episode, I'm going to make it happen. But the way Louis just didn't listen and how this all unfolded, I can't be mad at Lestat. Ashley?
You're never gonna be mad at Lestat, friend. You're never going to be mad at him. Because my thing with Lestat being as old as he was, he knew and understood people. There was a way for Louis to be a better part of the family or to even approach it in a different way. Lestat was just so harsh and uncaring because of how he'd been done in the past. You know what I mean? And so I think he projected a lot of that. Mayma is a demon, though. When he walked up there, she said, "Oh, so you're getting your nails done now? That's what we doing? Hanging out with that man." Like, you already knew the vibes. He knew the vibes. Like it, and it's heartbreaking because when he was sitting there talking to Grace, and he's like, "Oh, you're pregnant. There's two of them. Like, you're having twins." I thought that was such a touching, heartwarming moment. It still makes me sad that he lost his sister. I didn't care so much about Mayma, but I did feel a way about him losing the bond with his sister and then being afraid of him. It was just a perfect storm. Lestat knew it was going to happen because he'd been around for 100 years. And yeah, Louis tired of being the exceptional Negro. That's the part that sent him over the edge. And Lestat was like, "I love it, baby. You did a good job."
Child, but that's the thing. Like, I put the convenient vampire because Louis likes to have his ups and downs with, "Oh, this is wrong. I don't want to feed on any humans. I just want to live my regular life, be close to my family, and run this club." And then when it's convenient and you're upset, as we see later on in more episodes that we're going to get to, it's okay to be this, rage and, "Oh, I had all this rage built up," and this angry vampire. Like, Louis just get on my nerves. He's just so, like, really hypocritical sometimes. Like, pick a side. L.
Yeah, this scene was like a turning point in the season for me. This particular part of this episode was because, one, this is where I got my first laugh, like my first real that was funny laugh, and where I got my first kind of inclination that Lestat is petty and you're not gonna out petty him, because the way he came at Louise' mama with her banjo band in the front yard, that was too good to me. Because she said, "Oh, I didn't think I don't remember inviting you. You got a banjo band in your front yard, huh? Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and head home. I'm gonna see you later, Louis." Like I love that, right? I love I see you, bitch. Like, we two bitches together, okay? You're not gonna out bitch me. And I really like that, and I like to see. Because prior to this, the only thing that could get Louis off the street was his family, right? Like, he was going to stay in that brothel from dusk to dawn. But if his family needed him, he was going to go. He was close to his brother, and obviously he was close to his sister. And, time just be slipping away. And so he, saw her and, realized that she was pregnant, and you could see that they both missed each other. She didn't even flinch at the fact that he had vampire eyes. She was like, "Oh Lord, your eyes look like stained glass windows. Oh my goodness," right? She accepts him. She knows he's gay. She knows something is off. She knows he chilling with that white daddy. You know what I mean? She just doesn't, bat an eye because she loves him. But this part of the episode was really fun for me because between me knowing that Louis was gonna murder that man when he touched him in that little S curl, and the back and forth between Lestat and the mama and the sister, it was really, really fun. And then also, nothing will ever top for me in season 1 when Louis dropped that baby on the floor and ran out that house. That thing was so funny to me. I will never get over that. That I must have laughed about 3 or 4 minutes when he dropped that baby on the floor and ran out of there because he was gonna bite the baby. Oh my God, that was great.
Okay.
Child, see, this is where Louis ain't nothing but a drama queen. Because where was this spirit and the energy before you got the dark gift? You was Mr. Tough Guy walking around here. Because if you wanted that wife and children and stuff, Paul told you right before he hopped his behind off that roof what to do. He told you how to have that happy life. But you ain't want that. You wanted the dark gift, okay? And you thought that was going to try to make you some kind of rich, powerful super Negro. And it didn't. And now you sitting there with this white man and you ain't got no children. You should have listened to Paul. Now it's all woe is me. And now Lestat is looking like, this is not the guy that I bit in the church.
It's not. That's what I was like. Don't you shed tears? Oh, the children I never get to have. Go
talking about?
What was that energy?
EJ? Yeah, it was a lot going on. First of all, I love the relationship between him and his sister. I think that probably is the worst part of Louis' story, is that he seems to lose people a lot. And I hated that for him and his sister, but I did love their relationship. However, Mama, she was something else. Louis and this whole I don't understand Louis most of the time, and I just got to keep it real. Lestat was just trying to, like, he's just trying to be there for him and help him and make sure that this man got everything that he needed and wanted. If we just keeping it real, y'all, I'm sorry. That's what Lestat was trying to do. But exactly, Tyra, exactly. But Louis just don't listen. But I think that when he goes out and he unalives the guy because of what he said, because he was an exceptional Negro, I'm like, this is all this pent up energy. But at the same time, it was never there before. But now, like you said, it was convenient. Now I can do this because what you gonna do? So now I'm gonna take you out. But I don't know, it just didn't feel authentic. It just didn't feel like Louis. But you know,
AJ, I just can't with the 50-50 of Louis. Like, he loves all the like, oh, I can, there's money now, I have these abilities now, I have access to things I didn't have access to before. I'm in this, relationship with my daddy, my French white daddy. I'm just living my best life. I could even attack fools for coming at me sideways. But as soon as this, unconvenient, oh, the children I never have. What are you talking about? Shut up, Louis. Shit, that comment took me out. Like, what you're not gonna do is cry over something you never wanted in the first place. Oh, let's see. How many children did Grace have? Kay, how many children did Grace have?
The twins, right? The two.
I need an option, baby. A, B, C, or D.
Oh, D.
Wrong. Y'all think we be watching. They don't be watching.
Where the one came from?
EJ, I'm gonna come to you. How many children did Grace have?
She had 3. Option number C. She had the twins, and then she had that baby that Louis left on the floor.
I don't know where Kay was. Where you was when
I thought that was one of the twins.
No, Kay went by the time we got to the baby being left on the floor. Oh Lord. Let me get some of these super stickers we have in here from our Hill. Thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. And we have another one here for $2. Thank you so much, RL. Let me show you some love. We appreciate the support. Kay, I'm gonna need you to pay attention because I don't know what. We were 6 years removed when that baby got laid on the ground. Let me go here because it would really be cute if we could get some Akasha in season 3. We'll be right back.
Take this overboard now. I want you to
Feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that heat of love. I wanna
ride work it in the rhythm.
feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that heat of love. I wanna
Oh, Kay, pay attention next time. I just know. I feel like, because you be feeling like you know somebody, like they were paying attention at school.
I thought that was one of the twins.
Kay was under them bleachers the whole time. She was skipping class just when I thought Kay was studious. Skip ahead. Oh man. Here's that leg, one of them twins on the floor. Louis' house in Scottsdale. I want a house in Scottsdale. I own a house in Scottsdale. Lestat was going out of his way to give this man every single thing that he wanted. He even says out of his mouth, this is everything that I've ever wanted. But of course, like I said, we are refusing to listen to the warnings. We already know how this situation ends. But it was just crazy to me how Lestat was content. You living your best life, making the most money you ever made. I brought my people up with me, da 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 da. for almost 7 years. And then you could just turn into like sweater. I noticed when Louis get in his body, he put that damn sweater on or that robe when he want to get all depressed and touched. But I guess it just goes to show the ups and downs of a vampire. And even somebody like Louis, maybe, 6 years for us is 6 years. Maybe for Louis, it felt like 6 months and him just being okay. I don't know. But I was like, 6 years, Louis, you were fine living your best life, making your money. And then all of a sudden, I almost ate my nephew. Like, what? I couldn't even be mad at that because it's you being Louis, trying to hold on to that humanity. And he wasn't feeding on anybody, barely eating anything. And the hunger kicked in. The gumbo wasn't going to suffice. The gumbo wasn't going to suffice, and he laid that baby on the floor. I can't believe Elle found that comical.
That thing was, I'm telling you, I promise on my children, I probably laughed about 2 minutes when he dropped that baby on the floor.
No,
that was so funny.
What I find comical in that scene is Daniel, like, I don't got time to play with you. Did you eat the baby? Did you eat the baby? Well, I've grown so much. The apex predator. And did you eat the baby, Louis? Did you do that? Did all of that to, Now, we don't have time for that. Did you slip so far that you ate the baby? I'm much stronger than I was. But my nerves. You're a killer, Louis. Like, Lestat he takes out the tenor like only Lestat can. This is probably the scene where I like really fell in love with Lestat season 1, because how meticulous he is about music and the notes. When he like pinched that finger and was like, yeah, you got it wrong here, and here. I've taken people out for less. You gotta go. You know how long I've been waiting for this opera to come here? Absolutely not. What you're not gonna do is tell me how to act, Louis. Now, this whole episode, I felt like we saw Lestat catering to Louis every way he could because he simply wants him to be happy, even when he's crying that blood tear about the children and the sons and the daughters he's never gonna have. He comes, how about we just get away, baby? How about we can take a sabbatical? You could just have somebody else. I got a business to run. Okay, fine. You don't want to risk going out in the world and going to Rome. Let's just go to it. Like, another opera. Like, he was so like, I just don't know. Lestat, anybody at this, how I be feeling when I be wanting somebody to. You could have anybody, you could have had somebody else. But I even love in that moment, like with Louis being down on himself, because we do hear even back then in present day, he was constantly in fear of not matching up to the type of vampire that Lestat would have expectations for him to be. But he always reassures him. All of this, the ups and downs, the crying, the bloody tears for the daughter you never have, whatever. I love you anyway. Like, you're amazing. I love everything that is you. I take you and everything that comes along with it. I just want the same in return. And even at this moment, we also have them at the opera. And I was like, I didn't even remember Lestat even mentioning his deep stain for, or just vampire stain for loneliness. I was like, he mentioned this early on. He mentioned this early on. And it's just constantly like, Lestat ain't never tell me nothing. He told you a whole lot. And actually, I'm gonna come to you because in telling him a whole lot, the last thing we hear in this booth before he takes out the tenor is, well, it can't just be us speaking on that loneliness. It has to be some other vampires out there. Yeah, it's 100 or so. When did he lie?
We don't know. We do not know really how many vampires there were, and neither does Lestat to be given a number. Let's and y'all know I love Lestat real bad present day, but we're not going to pretend that the whole reason Louis is in this conundrum is because Lestat made him a vampire. Right. That's what it is. It's just what it is. Okay. And as far as this tenor being sharp and flat at the same time, he deserved to go. He deserved to go real bad. Okay. Lestat even took him. I said Lestat even was being generous, bringing him back. And he said, let me see if you can do it. Period. From the diaphragm. You hear me? Let's try it again. And Louis just didn't like the fact or took umbrage with the fact that, Lestat, don't play with your food. You ain't got to demoralize the man before you eat him up. Like, annoying. We don't have to do that. And this was a side conversation from what you said before, him crying about not being a daddy. Listen, here's the thing. I think Lestat would have made a hoe a housewife. He definitely would have had a baby with Lily. It would have been a beard. It would have been the fake family of the time. So I commiserate with Louis in that moment. But I think that also, this is my final part on this. As far as Lestat, this has never been about Louis' happiness. This has been about Lestat not being alone, right? He's going to keep him as comfortable as possible so he doesn't leave him. I don't think it's really intrinsically about keeping Louis happy. I just think it's about keeping him with his toy. Lestat just want his possession.
Boy, a stab in the back. I swear I can't never breathe out here. Like, I just wasn't here for this. Like, I'm trying to give you everything, and now you're gonna tell me how to hunt. Like, I don't like it. It's like you. I can't have nothing.
So I really enjoyed this scene, and I very much related to Lestat in that when you look forward to something and it doesn't pan out the way you thought, you get mad. And most of us just got to go home and go to sleep, right? We don't have the ability to do something about it. And so when I saw Anita Baker at the Jazz Fest and she didn't sing and she was complaining about how hot it was, I will never forgive her for that. Now, I'm not going to go kill Anita Baker and fight Anita Baker in the street. But if I could do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. And Lestat say, baby, not on my watch. Let me tell you where you messed up, because I took notes in the theater. Come on back to the house. I'm going to train you up. You're going to die, but at least before you die, you're going to know where you messed up. And I appreciate that, okay? That's a learned man, okay? He appreciates the finer things in life and art and stuff like that. So I really love that scene with Lestat. But I do think that, you know, if Louis, I mean, we saw what happened when Louis became a dad, right? Like, he fussing about the children that he ain't never going to have. We saw what happened when he became a dad. He was a trash daddy. So it doesn't matter, you know. Louis is not a, you know, he's a screw up, you know what I mean? Bless his heart, that's my homeboy, but he is, and you know, I don't know if he knows it, but maybe that's why he's so sad. But I just feel like, you know, if Lestat would have been like, okay, let's have a baby, he would have been like, no, I don't want a baby now. You know, like it wouldn't matter what it was. He was just gonna have something to complain about. So he was frustrating me in this part of the scene, and I thought it was funny because Lestat at first was like, let's go to Italy, baby, let's go to see the thing in Italy. He was like, well, how we gonna get there? How they gonna put the coffin on a boat? We gonna get a train and plane and all. And he was like, shut up, I knew you was gonna say something. He coming here, okay? We don't even have to worry about that, because Lestat knew that he was gonna complain and have something to kind of mope about. And so he kind of knows, you know, he got Louis' number in that way. So we see that they're learning each other. And Lestat is just kind of like, listen, okay, bro, I hear you. You don't want to hunt people, but don't get mad at me because I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my job. You don't want to do your job, that's fine, but I'm gonna do mine. You mind your business. So I thought, you know, two snaps for Lestat in this scene.
Please, because what you're not gonna do is tell me how to hunt.
Exactly.
I really also like the reference of Louis kind of getting a peek into the Tenor's life. Like, I could see portions of his life versus what we get in season 2 when he bites into Madeline. I was like, oh, it all comes together. I love it. Okay.
You know, see, now think about it. Think about where we are in Dubai. Now, see right here how he was disgusted and he didn't want to participate in that. He thought that, oh, Lestat be doing too much. He ain't have to do that to that guy. He knew exactly where it was. Just missed. I ain't even want to participate. I was a little hungry, but I ain't even want to participate in all that. I don't like to do stuff. I'm not a cruel person, Daniel. I don't do stuff like that. But then right in front of Daniel's face, acting a whole fool, putting on a whole show. So, Louis, what are you talking about, really? You are a killer, Louis.
You are. Like, what you talking about? I don't have time. Not even this, and I know we haven't gotten to the episode yet, but when the way he takes out, I don't know if that was the mayor. Who was that when he left the guts out, like, and left them on display, and that caused the fire? Like, it's there. It's just it's laying dormant because you're always trying to pretend to be above it all. You're not. You have these tendencies. That's why I gave you the dark dip in the first place.
Exactly. Over here, just find, just like Elle said, just find the reasons to whine and complain.
EJ.
Yeah, your boy Louis, he loves to complain. Now, don't get it twisted. I love me some Louis, but Louis is a constant complainer and he is always a little bit extra. But let's get into Lestat though. Like, serious, let's just keep it real. Lestat has always showed us exactly who he was. He has never been anybody different. And that's what you love about him is that he always the same. Like, he just is who he is. And I love the fact that because dude was out of line for those notes. Like, I was like, oh, heck no. Like, I'm not even into opera like that, but I know that these notes ain't right. Like, something about this is all the way off. And so I love the fact that he tries to come back and teach him and say, okay, let me give you an opportunity. Like, okay, let's take it to this level. But then you still mess it up. Like, that's all on him. And so if he had to die a slow death, I mean, it is what it is. And Louis, you know, he looked like he enjoyed it to me. He said he didn't, but it looked like he enjoyed it to me.
I was pretending. He makes me sick. He really does. I see y'all in them comments like, oh, we need the defense attorney because Steve will be eating us up. She would have been eating us up in this live because what we're not gonna do is go in on Louis too much. Thank you, Joe March, for the $9.99. I empathize with Louis' struggles with his queerness. I can't even imagine what it was like then. One can be queer and still, what is that? I don't know. It's freezing on my thing. I can't even tell what this is.
Lament.
Lament? Does it say lament?
Mm-hmm. Lament the struggle.
Okay, I can see the rest. Lament the struggle of wanting children. He knows he can't do it Paul's way. I mean, I sympathize with him, Joe. Tell him something, Joe. I sympathize with him, Joe. I sympathize with him, I think at the beginning of this episode, Louis says like it was just a lot of firsts going on for me. It was too many firsts happening at once. I sympathize with Louis down, even though he gets on my nerves. But at some point, I just be like, Louis, come on. If Louis was just standing in his conviction this heavy when it came to the other portion of his life on the business side and what he's able to do to certain people who rub him the wrong way, like we can't have it both ways. And Louis consistently for me wants to have it both ways. And I'm just not dealing with that. But I can show you some love though. Yeah, I'm here for it. Lou, I'm not gonna play with Louis. Doing all the things, stringing up the ornament. This is just too much. I'm just so depressed. But we're not compressed, we're not depressed when it's. But actually, you could even let me have 100 vamps. He don't know how many it is, but it would be different if people treat Lestat like he said, we're the only two vampires who exist in the world. Don't ask me no questions. He never said that. What did Louis say human food tastes like? Okay, put your hand down. I see you over there. You know that one. I'm gonna let Ashley. I'm gonna let Elle try first. Elle hasn't went first. Elle, what did he say human food tastes like?
I think he said A.
I mean, she got it right. She got it right.
Why you ain't asked me this one?
Because you should have known that there wasn't one of them twins on the floor. I'm not gonna play with you. I could see if you was like, oh, she had such and such kids, or that was like, no, that wasn't one of the twins. We were 6 years removed from the twins. 7 years later, Kay. It wasn't the twins. Well, yes, he did. He said it tastes like chalk.
But why did he even want to have? So I know he said he eats a human meal once a week. Child. But why though, sir? Like
because Louis gets on my nerves. because Louis gets on my nerves the same way everybody is, y'all in the chat going up Louis and his oh poor Louis, poor this, but it wasn't even about him, taking his frustrations out for how he's been treated as a Black man. I can sympathize with that, but I also need you to sympathize with Lestat and not be mad at him when he's telling you we're supposed to kill, the unassuming people. Somebody's going to come looking for this man. You can't be, out of here just moving any kind of way. Hello? We got the Great Conversion, Vampire, The Balcony, Miles Away, Communication, and Ex-Wife Alex Dessert, a human dish to maintain the thread. This literally made me go, ugh, not the dish, just Louis in itself. I eat a human dish once a week to maintain the thread. The thread of what? The thread of what? It's like he's putting on. And I think we've, watched the show enough and talked about Louis enough to know that the Louis that is not the Louis the most is the Louis in Dubai. Like, I don't know who this is. I don't know what was going on or what kind of relationship he had with Armand up until this point for Louis to act like this. But the putting on of airs and, I just couldn't. And then it takes me back to what Kay said about this being an Armand show, because only Armand would say, oh, let's have Alex's wife, that their favorite dessert that was mentioned in the book. And, because it clearly bothered Daniel and got under his skin. Like, out of all the things you could serve me, why would you give me this? Like, are you trying to, get under my skin? He's like, I hope it didn't, bother you that I put this down here. It was mentioned in your book. No, you know this. And why are you trying to do this? Because it's the gremlin. Thank you. That's all it is. But actually, why are we having a human dish to maintain the thread?
The common thread that we've seen through the first 2 seasons has been that Lestat in this war and battle to maintain humanity or to keep some sort of vestige of it. This was Cap, though. This wasn't part of that. He likes to get a pat on the back or feel like he's superior. That's what this is about. But we've seen this narrative or this yarn throughout both seasons. Oh, I still want to be in touch with humanity. I still care about the man, the common people, but it's absolutely Cap. And this was Armand's brainchild. As Kay said earlier, this is his design and his plan. Let's go on and serve him this Alice dessert to remind him of what a terrible husband he was and how he devastated and ruined every relationship that he was ever in his whole life. And let's also remind him that he's closeted, because you remember in episode 1, he said, oh, you married a woman, Daniel? Like, oh, and didn't we meet at the gay bar? Like, we're seeing the hints now that are very obvious. They weren't so much during my first watch, but yeah, this was Cap. You ain't eating a human dish to stay in touch with your humanity. You're just doing it to feel superior.
The way this was Armand coded. Kay, you want to elaborate on your gremlin?
This whole dinner scene, but I loved it. I loved this scene, but I was just like, Louis, stop the cap. Because it sounded like he reading the script that Armand handed him before he entered into the room. He said, now make sure you say this part. Make sure you point this part out so that he knows that we know. Because remember, Armand told him, and Daniel don't even remember, that he was just like, you ain't gonna be nothing. You gonna ruin your wives. You gonna ruin your children. You really ain't gonna be nothing. So I'm doing you a favor if I go ahead and take you out right now, because I know you ain't gonna be worth a damn. So he wanted to remind him that I know your family didn't work out like I said it would. I just wanted you to know that I knew.
EJ?
Yeah, I just feel like this just makes Louis feel like he's doing the right. Like, Louis always wants to feel like he's doing the right thing or show people that he's doing the right thing or that he's trying to do the right thing. And this is just another one of those things where, and I ain't gonna lie, it is starting to look more and more like a performance. Like, I'm really with this is just a big act and this is all Armand. But for me, Louis is just always constantly pretending and trying to just be like, he doesn't want to give into his nature, but at the same time he wants to prove that, oh, I'm not this, I'm not this person, or I'm not the vampire that you see, I'm trying to do this. It's almost like he wants to make it right, because we know that unaliving humans is a bad thing, but he wants to rationalize it and make it like he's trying to make it better. And I think he's doing it for himself and not necessarily for Daniel, but I think it's like internal almost. It's weird.
It's very weird because why are you so pressed to impress Daniel? It seems like he's going out of his way to show Daniel, I'm not that, unstable man who was in that apartment in 1973. You still are. You still are. And the fact that we had to do all of this says a whole lot about him and Armand and their relationship. Like, Armand got too much time on his hands with that damn iPad. I'm convinced because I think that whole time we were all like, why is he constantly, why he always got an iPad? Like, what is he doing? He probably was dropping lights and directing people. Okay, now you come out with the
music, conducting the Men in Black back there. Had the music all turned up high.
I can't stand. But all of this for what? Like, who is Daniel? The one that got away? Like, what for what? Because the book wasn't never coming out. I'm just like the performance of it all. Just it's just gonna send me.
He's 500 years old. He bored. And he ain't been on the Paris stage in some years. He said, "This is the time." Let me.
What's Louis' excuse? But what's Louis' excuse? That's what I want to know. What for what?
Armand told him it was gonna be a good idea.
He did whatever Armand say at this point. Louis is on the Armand train at this point. So whatever Armand say, it is what it is.
He said it's gonna be fun.
All right, y'all. Before we get into the last of the show and whose team we are on so far, going back to revisit these episodes, I am about to go and end the poll. So get your last vote in for which Louis is the finest. We got the 1910s New Orleans Louis, Paris picture taking Louis, modern day Dubai Louis, or 70s San Francisco Louis. Which one looked the best? Ashley, I'm going to come to you first. I already know the answer though.
Baby.
So far, whose team are you on?
Okay. But y'all, if y'all not voting 1910 Louis, y'all are wrong because that's when he's fine. Damn, like to the ground from the suits to his like little what they call it back in the day. His fried dye laid to the side, his little swoop. Yes, he was given all the things. But this episode, I'm always Team Daniel at this point. But Louis is coming in a close second, but officially Team Daniel.
I haven't changed my mind yet. I'm sure there will come a moment where I'm changing my mind on Lestat because we know that the behavior just gets real ratchet. I'm still Team Lestat, y'all. I'm still rocking with Lestat. He's looking better and better every single episode and justified because he tried. He was here. That's my man. I'm going to stick beside him. What more do you want? I'm trying to make you happy. I got you your little club. I fronted you the funds. I told you, how to be a proper vamp. I told you it was about 100 or so out there. I don't know, but all I know is don't leave me because we got to stay together. I ain't trying to be lonely. He told him so much. And Louis quick to he ain't never tell me nothing. Lies. Kay, whose team are you on? It better not be that Gremlin.
Name me a Tyler Perry play that was better than this performance. Y'all ain't gonna do him like this. This is a whole Spike Lee production right here. And y'all ain't even know it. Y'all ain't even know. Daniel didn't even know he was the co-star in his play.
Know it. You ain't even know it. You ain't know it. EJ, whose team are you on so far?
I don't think that it's going to be a surprise, but like right now, first 2 episodes, Lestat is all the way in. And this is only because Lestat really is trying to show Louis how much he loves him and cares about him. Now, later it's going to change and, it is what it is. But right now, just where we at right now, Lestat is still the guy.
Oh, child, let me take this off. We're going to soak and sink this in because, when C roll up, we always got somebody to be on Louis' team. Ain't nobody on Louis' team on the panel, and I'm here for it. I mean, Ashley tried it. Don't even try that. Why you trying to straddle the fence, Ashley? Why you trying to be cute to straddle that fence? I love to see it. I don't got nothing against Louis, y'all. I'm just glad that we are seeing Lestat for who he always was. He just wanted to be loved, He wanted to be loved back because he was loving. That's all I'm trying to say. Let me get this super chat. Let me get this super chat. Let's see. N.A. Rose, not Rose, for the $9.99 for that baby. $10 for the baby. We really, really appreciate it. Let me show you some love for that, and also kind of take us out of here on a good note before we come back and tell everybody what we have going on our channel next and where they need to come and find us. Thank you. It has been consistently about 230 people in this live this entire time, and we love y'all for sticking it out with us and having a good time. Let me go find Daniel being a city girl, because I cannot wait for season 3. Because child, if you coughing, well, why you coughing? Who you coughing at? Sit down, Daniel. I can't wait to see what happens. We'll be right back.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Where I'm looking for the hole. Quit playing, cause I go so. Pound town, just left Pound town. He just took it down. Yeah, it's down. Yeah, eat me out. Pound town, just left Pound town. He just took it down. Yeah, it's down. Yeah, eat me out. I'm out here in Miami, looking for the hoochie daddy. What they get ready? My son need a new pappy. Too many bitches. What a I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. Yeah. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. Yeah. You know them dreadheads do it the best. Oh yeah. I like with a check. I'ma give me that. You know I'm sexy, I'm the best. I'm the best. You know.
Better go off, Daniel. Daniel better be living in his truth. Season 3. I want to see Daniel with the boys. Okay, I want to see Daniel with the boys. Being whole, revitalized. Now, getting into this poll here, a staggering, I don't know why it was so divided. Only 58% of y'all, which one, said 1910's New Orleans Louis. But everything else was really, really divided. She said it's all divided. Everything else was just really, really divided. I really thought it was going to be a unanimous vote. But Louis in San Francisco, 70s Louis came in second. That's how y'all
They like the afro. He was handsome. I mean, he's always handsome.
I know
mean,
y'all
the
ain't vote
face
that
card.
before Dubai Louis now with
Dubai
the all black.
Louis look good in all black. I'd be living for Dubai Louis.
Exactly.
That would have been so second for me. For me, it would have been. I'm just saying.
I like Dubai Louis, especially at the end when he say, "Come get me." That Louis right there.
Little sweater on. EJ, I am going to come to you first to let the people know what you have going on your channel and where the people need to come to support you. Go ahead, EJ.
Okie dokie. First and foremost, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys, filling in for our girl. But look, y'all, you can find me at EJ the TV Junkie. This week, I'm just probably going to be doing a bunch of the family business stuff. So if you watch the family business, then definitely check out my channel. I have tons of content about the family business. And you can also find me on TikTok. Right now, I'm trying to get my following up there, and Instagram. And on TikTok, I'm TV Junkie Reviews. And on Instagram, I'm EJ the TV Junkie. And thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. You guys, this is what EJ's channel looks like. She is hella close to 10K. Go over there and support her in her journey and all that family business, all that goodness. EJ talks about a whole lot of stuff over there. So if y'all could go and check her out on all platforms, that would be amazing. Coming next to Ashley with the perspective, because it's always sweet, especially when it comes to Louis. Ashley, tell the people what you have going on over there on your channel, girl.
Everything is going on. I want you guys to be super prepared. Kay is hosting her first StreamYard live this Friday, and I will be there on Sunday. Y'all know we do Lady in the Lake. On Mondays, House of the Dragon. This is the finale next Monday, y'all. And next Wednesday, if you are a period piece girly, I need you to go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell. I have a new series with a special guest that I'll be starting next Wednesday. So please come through, y'all. And also thank y'all for being here. Y'all showed up and showed out as usual. We appreciate you. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Tyra, thank you for hosting, friend. We appreciate you.
Of course. All my life. Ashley is a hop and a skip from 4,000. I need 40 of y'all to get over there and subscribe to Ashley's channel if you haven't already, to get her to 4K, get her closer to 5K. And when you hit 5K, You like right there next to 10 if we round up. Let's go make that happen. Let's go make that happen for Ashley. I would really, really appreciate it. And I know she would too. Last but not least, Kay with the blurs, nerds, in the books because she reading them. Tell the people about that live. They need to come and support because KK going live. She out of town, thugging with her rounds. Go ahead, Kay.
Yes, don't just subscribe, but hit the notification bell so that you can see the alerts, because Tuesday is all about Interview with the Vampire. This Friday, now y'all know I'm a Zoom person. I Zoom it all through, but I'm gonna try StreamYard this Friday because we want to talk about horror movie openings on Friday, 8:45, right here. Saturday is the horror panel. Sunday is Lady in the Lake. And then Mondays are House of the Dragon. Plus, I have some reviews up for Deadpool and Wolverine, The Boys, Evil, A Quiet Place, Day One, just a bunch of stuff. A lot of horror, a lot of superhero stuff, a lot of nerd stuff. Come on, hit that subscribe and notification bell. I'll see y'all Friday.
I like how you said that with excitement. I enjoyed that. All right, y'all, playing. I say this every single time we get on here. Get Kay to 1,000 subs. I would love to celebrate, Kay's 1,000 subs milestone. That is a big thing for any YouTuber. Why y'all playing on her top? Don't do that.
It's this close. Hit the subscribe button. Y'all all in here.
She even be rooting for that gremlin. Who else gonna do it? Okay, y'all gotta go support Kay so she can root for him. Right, y'all, this is what Kay's channel looks like. Please get over there and support her in any way that you can on every single platform that she's on. We would really, really appreciate that. Like the lady said, be on the lookout for everything that we have going on, especially our Lady in the Lake Sundays. It's a really, really good show available on Apple TV. Show us some love and everything that we're doing. But, be on the lookout for Kay's video. It's going to be everything you ever wanted to see. Get over there. Get over there and run her chat up. Run her chat up. I can't wait to see what Kay does with that. And we love us some good horror. But that's it for this episode, y'all. Let me make sure there are no more super chats here because I got it bad. I don't see anything here. Everything seems squared away. We will definitely see you guys next Tuesdays for our interview with the Vampire Tuesdays. And y'all have a good night. Good night, y'all.